Okay, it should be going right now. Are you in? Okay. Hello. Welcome to the next episode of the stream. The last one we did the court cases that showed no, Officer Meekins did not in fact kill Detective Goodman. In fact, it wasn't Detective Goodman at all. It was Jake Marshall looking for evidence in the SL9 case that proved that they did not get the right killer. Because one of the victims involved in the case, and why he's so adamant about it, is one of the victims was in fact his brother, who was, I think he was, one second. Sorry about that. His brother was a prosecuting attorney who was helping them involved with trying to catch the killer in the SL9 case. And unfortunately for his brother, he was the last victim. And he thinks it's all a sham. So, we did some investigating. And yes, we found out that yes, it in fact was Jake Marshall in the guise of Bruce Goodman. But there may have in fact been another... Bruce Goodman may in fact may have been killed at the police station. But that fact comes from the fact that there was that handprint, the bloody handprint that was had no fingerprints on it, that was covered by a glove. It was hidden behind the blue badger that was shown to us in video footage. So via the timeline of events, that handprint showed up earlier, not later, when Jake Marshall stabbed Officer Meekins. So, we are going to do the final bit in investigation, and after investigation, it's the final parts of the trial. So let's see what happens. February 24th, 3:12 p.m. Oh, and then Emma, she tried to help out towards the end, but nothing really came of it. I mean, she pointed out the handprint, and that led us to have it be known that the handprint, while not having any fingerprints on it, because, you know, Perp was wearing a glove, it was there earlier than the stuff that went down. So she did help out, but she didn't help out. She gave us an opportunity. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. Oh, yeah, and Lana admitted during the SL9 case that they used fabricated evidence to take down Joe Dark. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew what the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. So Joe Dark tried to kill... So this kind of changes the perspective on it. So I assumed that Joe Dark was just a patsy, but maybe he did commit some of those killings. But then why would... I'm trying to just wrap my brain around it. Do I think Joe Dark probably was a killer? Yeah. If he really did end up killing some of these people. But what if he only committed one of the killings? Say every other murderer was someone else, and that because he was so rattled by the accusations, he went after Neil, Jake's brother, and actually did kill him. That is strange. Let's see what she has to say. Well, that's probably what happened. But why go after Emma? It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Maybe he was expecting to get Lana? Because she was involved with the case too.
So he just took her.
No, I think he was planning to get Lana, but because, you know, man bursts into office with a knife, he's like, you're not who I was wanting to kill. But because you saw me, I have to kill you. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a... Running from someone? He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck in, the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. So you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime. Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence? The prosecutor's office wanted the guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could just testify properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. I I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up I was going to be a scientific investigator. I wanted to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that's bothering me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective's offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. What? That's news to me. Wait a minute.
She was a detective?
Well, she's labeled as a witness. Executive investigators. I guess that doesn't necessarily mean that she... No, that still tracks. It makes sense. It doesn't necessarily say that she was what her position is, but it said she was an investigator in the task force. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be a detective? I'd better have another talk with her. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Yes, lady. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago? And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office? That's right. Did you fill me in on the details? Especially about the unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. Stolen evidence? I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At the trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 p.m., there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana so phased before. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. Emma really does idolize her big sister. But now you're the chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use the experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask for more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. Spill it now. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office? Okay, this is starting to... Going after Gant. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma? Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us? Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. So so that means he couldn't have been going after Damon because he was there questioning him. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana? It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. Stabbed in the back? That's a little strange. Because you remember how they were posed in that image in Emma's mind? Yeah. He was above Neil, holding him by the collar, and would have gotten him like in the neck or in somewhere around the chest. How would he get stabbed in the back? Unless someone... And more, to answer it, why is Neil on top of Dark? Yes.
And she did pass out.
So something happened.
Something happened between the time of when they died.
No, babe, Dark didn't die. He was They arrested him after this and then executed him. The only one who died here was Neil. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies? Prosecutor Marshall, the victim Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident? That's right. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. You're surprised? Lady, come on. You can't be that naive. That was his brother. And you knew this fucking trial was bullshit. Of course he'd be looking for answers. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case might not be over just yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police station, the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr. Everyone probably busy looking for exactly what went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime scene, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case, but instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Let's see. Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by the inquiry committee. He took a real beating today in court. Yeah, with Lana admitting falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. Thought this is where we're supposed to go. This is at the police department. Let's see what the cop dudes are saying this time. You're not in jail? How? Oh, you need to explain this one to me. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out the way it did when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know when's life gonna hit you, eh? You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's just a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? If there ever was a case I need to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, do you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak. Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Something was fishy about the trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match for the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just had made detectives when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of the prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the same day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. So on the same day that his brother got an award for being a prosecutor, they were doing a transferal, and then the murder took place. The same exactly how Edgeworth got the prosecutor's award, and the very next day, or no, the same day, fucking the murder went down during the evidence transferal. So something is no, not a copycat. It's not a coincidence that someone is doing this on these specific days. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in the investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and a second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. The case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina. Her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. And off he goes. Okay, what are you two doing now? Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. So I cuffed the lout, right? Then you know what he says? What are you, a moron? I'm an undercover agent. Oh man, I hate it when that happens. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was just listening to how his friend messed up. Oh my god. They make a good pair. Shut up. The Blue Badger is still writhing around today. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's dancing. Speaking of dancing, the whole police department has been dancing around like crazy since the other day. Can I take out his batteries? I can't just help but feel he's gonna do something naughty. Ugh. The hell do you mean? Let me see. There is nothing on the badger. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's solving crimes. Oh, if you're here looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? I mean, it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't even police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoes gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. Hold on. A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. He has an organ in his office? Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it says on the door. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Yeah, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Buck. I thought I was... Oh. I never could remember where C was. Huh? Oh, it's you two. Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading on in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct, and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. You know what it is? Two things. One... Well, hold on. This doesn't have the sword. You can actually see the little slit that, where the sword would go. But also, yes, that is 1000% the vase in the background. And it is a vase, apparently. So the picture was added to the court record. Oh. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up in here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office. It was a crime team 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Okay, so obviously that it's there's the ward is missing its sword. That's probably just a coincidence. The scarf with the suit of armor. Let's see. Will she say anything about the picture? Nope. She doesn't want to see. I did. Wait, let me actually see. Nope. She just doesn't want to see anything. Maybe Edgeworth is back? Nope. He won such a prestigious award. Why would he just leave it on the couch? Yeah, you think he'd want to show this thing off more than the giant steel samurai. Then again, Edgeworth has always been like that. Really? Hey, I should write this down. Tell me what he was like as a kid. Back in elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, golf tournaments. As that doesn't exactly sound like typical elementary school stuff. But he always hated receiving awards. He'd make some smart remark like, I know the path I've walked. No one else needs to tell me. That's how he's always been. Kind of gets under your skin, though, doesn't it?
Kind of. I feel like that kid was really fucking. Where has that soul gone?
Hey, pal. Ooh! Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in the meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like It's almost like the battles you two. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from all those who don't like him. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out to lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to your joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems like you don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seemed genuinely concerned for Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what did you find? Did you find anything out? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. The switchblade? His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall who was trying to protect some girl? Me. See, Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Gumshoe. Come on! Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? The power of recollection never fails to impress me. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might just jog his memory. I'm curious about something. So, they say one of the only bits of evidence is the knife. So that makes me wonder how the glove is connected. Good. Maybe. And then the vase? It was at the scene of the crime, but how was it evident? I know why it's important, because it was in fucking Gant's office. But how is it tied to the case? Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit somebody with his car. With his car? So, it was an accident? An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed the man that witnessed that accident. Then he killed the lady who saw the second crime. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then he was just burying bodies. A jogger came up to the scene and he was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. The crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It was a good thing that the last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Show him the knife. I'll show him the glove too. I'm still confused on what the screwdriver could mean, because it's related to an unrelated case, and it was given to Edgeworth by Gant. Why would he want him to have a screwdriver? About this. Hey, is that? It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, the knife's been locked away in a locker. On the date Detective Goodman was murdered, it suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it! Now I remember what the incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well then, what was it, Detective? Quick, before you forget. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it from, plus it had his fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway. Take a good guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it. Inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was in the wound. Well, there you have it, in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where the prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if we let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day that he died. Oh. So in other words, gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. The glove. Let's show us a bunch of stuff. The screwdriver? Nope. Damn it. About that jar, I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Or maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. This must be the most uninformed detective I've ever met. Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me. Chief Gant? Where have I seen that before? He fucking recognizes the vase, but not the picture? Hey, that's it! Just random piece. Why is the ward a shield and why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason, and I'll tell you about it later. That's from earlier. Continue. I'm pretty sure that's the joke. What do I show him? Let me see. Actually, let me see. I was gonna look up the answer right now, but I want to see if this shows anything. Because we showed it to him before, and he said, "Hey, that's Edgeworth." That's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes, there's only one number left to investigate at 4:20 p.m. The victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive office number. 77. That's 17 too many, Detective. An executive office number. I just might have a hunch. I know it's fucking related to... Let me see. Oh, good. Come on. I guess we just come back later. Edgeworth should be free from now. That's where we have to go. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is. It looks like he's writing something. What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Unlike some people... So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. Let's see what this paper is. I wonder what he was writing before. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him, I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me get what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, letter of resignation. Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path He's about as old as Phoenix. He's 24. But look at him, his hair is already graying. Babe, that's the joke. His hair's naturally gray. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh, I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything. I show it to Gumshoe. Speak. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing else can erase the fact. But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If the bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as prosecutor in charge. The fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that the case would have come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. That's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was getting to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing in my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture? Something is strange about it. Yes, let's see what he has to say. I'm gonna show him the one login list too. No, he doesn't know it. That's right, because we were fucking in trial with him, and he said he doesn't know what the hell whose number that is. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like it was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was when the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind this design. A story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Contradiction? Can you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up in the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends and clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? The screwdriver? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Sounds too strange. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, the second means shield. Have you heard the story? Me? Oh, sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with two items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard this story before, right? Oh my god, why is this music playing, Phoenix? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if the result is as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. If it's so, then why are you only given a shield? Excuse me. You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Chief Gant? Very strange. I mean, has anything that he's, he's a weird guy. Excuse me. Oh, you're here. Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Ooh. Miss Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Ugh. Still, I never thought... I guess so. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved... Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Sorry about that, I had to cough. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be all attributed to mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, the little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodwin with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. The Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's the name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think it was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo, Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in the court was being manipulated. items our team would never found would suddenly appear while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. So, Detective Goodman was kept on as a detective as a... Not for any particular reason, but just so that the others... Just so that it wouldn't be looked upon with suspicion. So he was kind of like a quote-unquote sacrificial goat, but he wasn't killed. He's just still tied to that pole. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used. Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled. Incredible evidence? You mean... Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why. I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? You mean, that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how can he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her change. Okay, I'm starting to get the gears are starting to turn. I thought about it. So, you remember the scene, right? Everything was dark and black. What if she killed Jake by mistake? No, what if she killed Neil by mistake? Like, she got the knife planning to hit Dark, but what she thought was Dark was actually Neil. I don't remember if she was in the flashback, because that was a flashback memory, not a real picture. Oh, in the picture of right here? It looks like her regular skin, so it's hard to tell. Gant is, though. But this is also a rubber glove, too. There must have been a reason for her change. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've ever been. She's not a bad person, but man, she has a lot of bitterness in her, but that bitterness is also warranted.
You mean justified.
Justified, excuse me. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular, DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting you get in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last scene of the crime of the SL9 incident. Have to take a look in there. There's gotta be something we can do to change his mind. I gotta show you the letter, man. What's this crumbled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edward can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him to this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card here. We can't do that. If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you. Well, he's supposed to be, if I'm pretty sure it's.
Him, I didn't like him. I thought him would cry.
You remember in the Lupin movie, Detective Zenigata? I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be, Gumshoe is supposed to be inspired by Zenigata a little bit. At least the look. Zenigata's not a bad detective as far as I know. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep. Empty. He's got a safe? The suit of armor? We're in. If anyone finds us now, Detective Gumshoe's a goner. If that ever happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. You're in here too? Ah! Ah! Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point of giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID card crushed and rendered unusable in his pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card! I hardly ever get a chance to come in here, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find. Got a bad feeling about this. It's a little too elaborate, if you ask me. Well, remember, he used to share this office with Lana. So this is probably where she used to be before. And this is where he is now. A crystal ball? Let's check out his desk. Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of, when we were in here earlier... Oh, it's you two, Chief Gant. He put a paper in it he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective, what did you just say? I said, I wonder what... No, about the evidence list. Normally they're twice as long? That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence. The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. What would the other half of the list be doing here? Oh, so this is the second half of the list. The chief must be hiding something about that case. It would appear so. Was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. So let's see the list. Up. What the fuck? It's the picture. I wonder what this is. Looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here. What is it? What did you find? Something? I can't make it out, but I better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? Oh, it's because he doesn't want to freak her out. Better not forget about this picture. But why not show us at least what the list is in terms of, like, the names and stuff? So that's it? And then the safe. This is safe, isn't it? Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Oh, okay, if you say so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. A 7 number... Don't touch it. I'm not sure what will happen if we enter the wrong code. Better wait until we find something more definitive. A 7-digit number. Let me see one of those somewhere. How about we try and ring my birthday? Let's try and see what happens. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's... Wait, I think there was I think I know what he's talking about. There was a running gag where I think someone used his birthday as a code. Okay. Lucky number 7s. Code confirmed. Access granted. Bingo. What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? The 7 sevens. The final ID card on the... What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day? You mean 7 sevens? That ID number? I think you're the 1-7 shy this time. That can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Say, anyone care to look inside? Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a shard from a broken cup. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. A handprint? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh. Well, I thought it was just a thought. Is it, though? This is all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. A piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great, now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? I know. Show him the vase. Detective Gumshoe, can you take another look at this jar? I remember that when the three of us put that together. Ah, those are the days. That was yesterday. It's kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right, one of those shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells, you know? That fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yeah, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Let's see what it does. Here's some glue. What the hell? Now that it's attached, it kind of looks like someone wrote something on it, but then wiped it all off. What does it look like to you? You think it's a character, like a like a Chinese or Japanese character?
It might be. We might need to take a look at that picture again.
It was
The picture didn't have the drawing on it.
it was either covered up or there was nothing on it at the time.
You think that the leather is what probably wiped some of it off?
Maybe. Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in a safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this. What is it? The piece he just attached is different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? That's blood. Is it supposed to be blood? I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in a safe? Okay. Detective Yonshu, I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. You want to take some fingerprints? That's a great idea, Detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about the cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check out your fingerprints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Yeah. The thumb? It's not perfect. Gave it my best shot. Nope. But it does look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Let's try a different finger then. No, the middle finger. That one's the clearest one. It looks a little bit like it. Yep. Emma? It's hers? What does this mean, though? No. How can this be? What is Emma's fingerprints doing here? Did you find a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they might be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey you, over there. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here, maybe you should hold on to these. That Emma killed? Oh, shit. That's right. But then what's with the jar? The fingerprints from Emma I get, but the jar is a little bit of an outlier. It doesn't seem to make sense. The desk on the other side of the room. Was that your sister's? Yes. That's where I was waiting for Lana. On the day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. The desk, this is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us himself so at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. So ever since Lana, no one's touched that desk? No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Yep. Let me see. Ah. Still 2 years has passed since that incident. Can't be any clues remaining. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came in here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, right? Why do you ask? You don't think? Nah. You wouldn't be. No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay, now let's look around for a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Whatever. So what's bothering you? You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you? What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him? Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet. There you go, ignoring me again. Well, was I of any help? Of course, thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Oh shit, now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Eek! Chief Gant! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. Do you mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Me, sir? Drop off your ID badge on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now get out! Yes, sir! We'll be on our way too, then. Wait. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Mr. Wright! Look, pal, I told you once, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant has hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why was she kept eerily silent about all this time? Anyway, you listen to me? I'm gonna try smoothing things over with the chief again. Later, pal. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. You're gonna talk! Enough of this fucking silent tree bullshit. You're gonna fucking look at what I have to show you. You're gonna tell me everything. No more. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all, like, bullshit you haven't. What you've told me over the past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you can know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. I'll ask her about the vase. Maybe about the claw? No, that just talk to her right now, I guess. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say. Do you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposed to be so frightened of? You don't even need me to fucking say it. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. Why did he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I have access because I'm the second in command of that investigation. Yes, you. But also one other. Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant's falsified evidence in that case. Proof? It has to be either the cloth or the evidence. No, it's the evidence list. Because he hid it. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? These are pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? No more. Spill the beans. Touché, Mr. Wright. As if you surmise, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to tell you that. I know why. He'll fucking blame your sister. Because he has her fingerprints, but that's that. But what does the jar have to do with anything? 3 days ago, I had no other choice but to cooperate. In the murder of Detective Goodman? Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Mile Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected, despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Mr. Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered the murder weapon while inspecting the body. A murder weapon? You mean an Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was stuck in it. So... the SL9 knife was the real murder weapon, and Edgeworth's knife was placed there as a decoy? The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes, it seems that I got the blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Miss Starr, huh?
So she saw her already killing him.
Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over... it was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe? Right, then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside the muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That would explain why Emma was so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or rather, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seemed that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean, not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things in his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he hadn't made up his mind to break in the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room? I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and as an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued. Okay. So that's the end of the investigation. We'll end it there for now. Next time, we'll get to finishing things for good. So this is going to be different because this trial is not just one part, not 2 parts, 3 parts. That'll be for next time, though. What did you think? We finally gotten all the pieces together. Hmm?
Why would Gant do all this?
I can think of a few reasons. What if let me say this. That you remember that theory that I was telling you about? What if Dark really was innocent? What if it wasn't Dark who was killing people?
But Gant.
Hmm? the weirdly uh
No.
I don't know how to describe it. The weirdly enigmatic old man.
No. A part of the police.
That's true.
Who would ever suspect a law enforcer?
To be a killer.
A serial killer, no less.
But why? Maybe he just has feelings in him. But the one thing I can't for the life of me think of, what does the vase have to do with it? He deemed it important enough to steal a piece of it. I assume someone wrote something on the vase, but what? And who, for that matter? Because it was in his office. I don't think it was Emma. It might have been Neil or Dark.
I think it was dark.
Mm.
Think about it. What if he wrote murderer on there? Or something that points that.
That points the finger at Gant.
Yes.
Hmm.
And Gant tried to rub it off, but didn't get all of it.
I guess so.
Seeing how there's faint
Traces of the
traces of
blood.
it, yes.
I guess we'll have to find out till the next time, because we're right there. We can almost touch the boob, but it's still too far away.
You really had to say boob.
I mean, why not? The butt's just lying there. We gotta smack it, but not yet. Anyways, um, that'll be for the next stream. Hopefully, the final episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Did you like this episode?
I don't want
I thought we'd see more about what was in Gumshoe's locker, because he had some things I wanted to look at. Like he had a picture of a police lady in his locker, and I was thinking, is that a real girl, or is that like a pinup girl he just likes?
girlfriend?
I don't think in the series he ever has a female romantic interest. I think he's just meant to be the not gullible, but what's another word for like not simple? I guess simple. This simple-minded detective cohort to Edgeworth. But who knows? We might see more in the Edgeworth games. Because after this collection is done, so all 3 games, the Edgeworth games are next, and then after the Edgeworth games, it's the 3D Ace Attorney games. So the ones that came out for the 3DS. Because I think every case in this game, because this was originally for Game Boy Advance, and then it came to DS, and I think specifically the last case was made specifically for the DS version because it had all the evidence investigating and the blowing of the dust that would have been DS gimmicks.
Yes.
Anyways, thank you all for coming to the stream. Thank you to beautiful Naravar, Moon and Stars for always being here. Mwah. And
Cat.
the cat sleeping in the corner. The next episode may be the last, but depending on how long it runs, it may be a 2-parter. But anyways, thank you all for coming to the stream, and until next time, goodbye.